Hello everybody, and welcome to the Gamepodular Twitch channel. I am your increasingly frequent host, Seskra, joined by my increasingly frequent co-host, Hyuka. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah. We also streamed yesterday, for which I was, in fact, the main host.
Shush.
And it was a lot of fun.
You're the sideshow today.
Yeah, I'm in the co-pilot chair. What's the quote from Supernatural? Driver picks the music, co-pilot, passenger shuts his trap.
I will defer to your unfortunate expertise.
I am in the process of rewatching Supernatural at the moment, so I'm sure I'll come across it at some point soon. I mean, I'm only in season 2, which means I still have a lot of Supernatural left to go.
I feel like you have been in the process of rewatching Supernatural for most of the time that I've known you.
Strictly speaking, that's not incorrect. This is my...
That is the worst possible answer you could have given.
Second rewatch of Supernatural. Although, on both previous watches, I have not in fact finished the series. Because the first time I watched it, I watched up to like season 11. And then the second time I watched it, I watched up to season 15, episode 1. And I don't know how far I'm going to get this time. I'm currently in the good parts, aka seasons 1 through 5. And we'll see how far I get after that.
We will. Pray for Hyuka, everybody. F's in chat. Before we get started, I'd just like to remind everybody that if you enjoy what we do around here, please support us over on patreon.com/Gamepodular or on our Ko-fi. Also, be sure to check out our podcasts that we do regularly. We have 2 of them, Gamepodular Unfocused as well as N-Focus. Those will be up on youtube.com/@Gamepodular, and you can also catch VODs and highlights of this channel on youtube.com/@Gamepodular streams highlights. Without further ado, let us resume the nonsense. Begging the question, what was the nonsense? I think we were in Deep Nest.
I think we were going to go to Deep Nest, yeah. Because we're kind of running out of places to go that have checks.
Although, unfortunately...
We do have the Dream Nail.
We do have the Dream Nail. But unfortunately, we don't have a lantern, which is a bit of a bother. I think, alternatively, there is also Mantis Village. No, we couldn't get into Mantis Village because there's a jump over an acid pool that we couldn't quite clear.
Yeah. So if we find the, like, acid swim ability, we could also...
yeah, we can do that.
Do Mantis Village.
Or we could do, if we find a double jump or a dash... We have the right Mantis Claw. Elegant Key, that's not until Soul Sanctum.
Thanks, Brain.
Would you like to share what your brain...
Do you find the wrong Mantis Claw? There it is. It is very funny. I think I talked about this last time too. Like, the, like, chuckle of, yeah, I should probably laugh at this joke, came, like, at the same time as I saw your face on the Twitch stream going, like, oh, you son of a bitch.
Those are the kinds of jokes where, like, we start getting questions in chat of, like, can I, like, revert my Ko-fi?
Can I pay you money to stop making jokes like that?
Oh, that's a business model I've tried before. It's not very sustainable, unfortunately.
There was, not to get too deep into Tumblr lore, a Tumblr user who I'm pretty sure is no longer around on the website, named Communism Kills, who was just a giant crap stirrer. Had, like, the worst takes you could possibly imagine. In a way that I am convinced was 100%, like, performative.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everyone hated them. And so they set up a Patreon where the final goal of $6,000 a month was buy my silence.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they ever reached that goal, but that is, like, very funny.
Alright, I have thought of a thing we can do. It's gonna be a bit of a schlep.
I love a schlep. It's not the flower delivery, right?
No, we can't quite get there yet. Although it's probably in cards for us at some point. No, we're gonna do a boss fight. Because we do have the dream
You've
now.
got a number of tools that will help you with the boss fight.
I do. Unfortunately, I don't really have ways of improving my maximum health that... Well, besides, like, the fragile health charm. Which I would rather not use because it's fragile.
Yeah.
Admittedly,
We've bought all of the mask shards that we can at the moment, right?
not all of them.
No, we
because
bought
there's
some.
Yeah, like, we bought all the ones we could afford. But that's only like half a mask so far. And we do have some stuff we could sell, but I haven't been able to get to the parts of... Oh my god, why am I blanking so hard? I haven't been able to get to Lem, his shop, to sell any of that stuff yet. But yeah,
And just grinding for Geo is boring.
extremely so, yes.
But I mean, you got focus at the very least, so you can heal yourself.
Yes. Sure would be a shame if I, like, was heading towards a boss who did double damage.
Foreshadowing is the literary device where...
I think the game is expecting me to have a double jump or a dash here.
Seems like it.
Which, to be fair, I should. It's not an unreasonable expectation. But yeah, in that case, this particular boss fight might actually be a little bit of a Naragar. Yeah, I can't make that jump.
Did you see the TikTok? I know the answer is no, but for the sake of the bit, did you see the TikTok of one person asking, so like, Australians, what do you call the villain from the Powerpuff Girls? Marjar Jar Jar? And then cut to an Australian crying. Yeah?
What are you gonna do about it? Alright, so... There is the Soul Sanctum. I guess we could try Soul Sanctum. It's hard, but it's doable. So yeah, we'll go
Soul Sanctum sounds like an alternative rock band from 1994. Maybe I'm thinking of Soul Asylum.
Or like Soul Collective? Was that it? What was that? Like the folks that did like "Come with me," like the song that plays at the end of "Wrestling Isn't Wrestling."
Thought about that in a hot minute. Just reasons.
Yes.
Though I will say, I was looking at someone on IMDb. I wish I could remember who it was, and discovered, oh, this person in this television show that I'm watching was in Wrestling Isn't Wrestling.
Would that be Anna Akana, perchance?
No, I know who Anna Akana is. This was someone I'd never heard of before. I believe it was... Nope. Just scroll further down the...
actually, yeah, if I reset there, if I just, yeah, agitate this guy and then use him to pogo, I should be able to, like, make it up to the top left corner, hopefully.
I believe it was Anna Walchok, who played Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
Wrestling isn't wrestling, and was also in season 10, episode 7 of Criminal Minds, which is probably why I looked her up.
Probably. Okay, let's see here.
For the people listening at home, Seskra has described to me multiple times about how they tend to fall into Wikipedia holes, as they describe them.
Yes.
Which is not an uncommon phenomenon. You're reading something in Wikipedia, and then you click on something else, and you click on something else, and suddenly it's 2 hours later.
Sing along if you know the words.
I get something very similar with IMDb. I'll be like watching a movie or a TV show, and I'm like, I wonder what else this person has been in. And then I'll be like, ooh, that looks kind of interesting. I wonder who else was in that with this person. And then it just keeps going. And that's how I discovered, I wish I could remember the movie. It was like Daddy's Home 2 or something, where it was like WWE superstar Sheamus and Jensen Ackles were in like a bad comedy movie together. To bring it back to Supernatural, I suppose.
Do I need to institute, like, a maximum daily ration you're allowed? No more than 4 Supernatural trivia facts per day.
It's not strictly a Supernatural trivia fact, it's just... Alright, it was Buddy Games' Spring Awakening.
We got a Grimkin flame, nice. And also, in general, hurrah, we have escaped the confines of the King Station and have made it into the City of Tears proper, which is extremely good news, actually.
It's so damp here.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's not called the City of Dry Cheeks. Like, it's not the City of Gold Bond Medicated Powder.
Good powder spray.
Skin. I nurture my skin. Don't tell anyone.
Minor correction, it was the first Buddy Games movie, not the second one that I was thinking of. Because there's 2.
Thank God, otherwise the entire, like, Buddy Games fandom would come crashing down upon us, and I just don't want to talk to Phil right now.
That's exactly where I thought you were going with that.
Cutscene! One of, like, 2 in the entire game.
I was just thinking, yeah.
Hey, Hornet. I like your game.
This is supposed to be the first time you meet her?
Not quite. The first time you meet her is in Green Path, where she's a boss fight.
Yeah, the dialogue again we meet should have maybe been a tip off before I opened my mouth.
Reading the game explains the game. Oh, we're skip one yet. So beyond this kingdom's bounds, yours is bound of 2 voids. In doing so, you shall know the sacrifice that keeps it standing. Seek the grave in ash, and the mark it would grant.
See ya.
Which ash? Like,
Ketchum?
I'm in a lot of trans
William?
servers. I know a lot of people named Ash. I'm just saying. Okay.
It is very funny that there are a number of those kinds of names that just like Ash is a big one. I'm told, what was it, Ollie? I've heard Ollie a lot. Or variations of Oliver.
Mm-hmm. Now, remember I said earlier I couldn't get to Lem yet, so I can't sell anything.
I do.
Well, I was about to make a really good joke. Well, not. I was about to make a really layered bad joke. And now I can't because I forgot this door's closed. Yeah, I was gonna be like, call me like Triple H's WrestleMania entrance because we're about to get Lemmy up in here.
Not to make this a purely like wrestling focused dream, but it is us, so it's gonna happen at some point. I do like. It is kind of wild that for like 20 years, the only way to legally purchase Motorhead's cover of Enter Sandman was on like an ECW compilation disc until they like actually released it on like modern platforms 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good cover.
I'm glad it got out of like, distribution hell. Here we go. Come on, little buddy.
Oh, you're going all the way with that.
There we go.
There we go.
And this is why we don't upgrade our nail.
Does this game do the thing where if you're standing under an elevator that's coming down, it squishes you?
Yes, it does. Because it's fun.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, it is kind of rude to discover that the game does that without you knowing it, but it is also very funny.
Heal up. I just want to get to, like, a bench that's up here so that we have a bench in the City of Tears that isn't King Station. Here we go. Hey, Quirrell. The capital lies before us, but a somber place it seems, one that holds the answers to many a mystery. I too have felt the pull of this place, so now I sit before it. I find myself hesitant to descend. Is it fear, I wonder, or something else that holds me back? I've always liked the City of Tears. It's somber, but in a very beautiful kind of way. It reminds me a lot of a similar area in Final Fantasy IX called Burmecia, the City of Eternal Ring. I also like that little lean that Quirrell does when you sit down next to him. He's just like,
Yeah.
hey, bud.
Hey, what's up?
I very much unironically subscribe to the Quirrell has a crush on the Bug Knight theory. The great gates are concealed. None shall enter, none shall leave. When I explain me. Speaking of getting squished by elevators, this game does also do the opposite. Like,
Oh yeah, I saw the spikes earlier.
yeah, which means you can pogo on them, which is fun. But if you pogo up an elevator as it's ascending, you're gonna pull a Mission Impossible 1 and get squished.
I watched that movie for the first time, like, 2 years ago, I think.
It's actually pretty good if memory serves.
Yeah.
And also had, like, honestly really good gimmick that you can't really do anymore. Because, like, people forget about this now because the franchise has been going on for so much longer. But Tom Cruise wasn't a huge name when the first one came out. So the first one was very much marketed with all the trailers and everything as like an Ocean's 11 style team heist movie. Like it's got Drew Barrymore, Tom Cruise, other people. And then everybody except Tom Cruise dies 20 minutes into the movie. And it was a big gotcha that legitimately did get a lot of people. Can't really do that anymore these days because, you know, the internet.
The internet's got the scoops.
Brother. Although I've been hearing people on the internet say Tom Cruise has gone soft.
Honestly, like, why do I have this window open twice? Putting a moratorium on wrestling jokes is, I think, going to be a lot harder than supernatural facts.
Yep. Alright, can't get up there yet. I think we could do a little bit up here, though. Let's see, I'm trying to think what we've gotten so far. We got a Grimkin Flame, which those will come in handy, but I can't really cash them in until we have the charm that goes with them. Right, that's fungal waste that leads up there. Mo me meow me meow me mo. Okay, there's an elevator I can go down, and then when I'm going down it, I hop off, and that'll get me to some other places. Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, the last time a movie did something along those lines. Like, you know, trailers lie to us. That's not a new thing. Like,
yeah.
I think the most benign example I can think of in that is probably, like, Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Because, like, the trailer for that was the, like, them getting booked into the prison scene. Which included, like, Drax, who does not, in fact, get booked into the prison. He's already in the prison when the rest of the team arrives there.
Yeah.
And, like, that's fine. And, like, the bit they gave him in the trailer is a funny joke, so it's fine. But I can't really think of, like, a real good, we've sort of hidden what genre of movie this actually is sort of twist.
I gotta say, I also just don't watch a lot of movie trailers anymore. Unless they're, like,
in front of other movies at the the theater. Fury of the Fallen. That's normally the first charm you get in the game. Yeah, boost your damage output when you have only 1 HP. Gotta be honest, almost never helpful. You might wear it sometime in the Coliseum. The Coliseum home video. But otherwise it doesn't super come up. Here we go. So yeah, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, call me a WrestleMania Triple H entrance because it's about to get Lemmy up in here.
Your son can.
Aye, come searching for rare items up here. Well, hands off. This collection's mine, and I won't be selling to grubby little wanderer. I'm not a grub. We know what a grub looks like, and I am demonstrably not a grub. Still, I imagine you come across many interesting items in your travels. Maybe you'd care to part with some. I'll offer a fair trade for each. This started as me trying to imitate Lem, and is increasingly just becoming Palpatine. Like, not from a Jedi.
Velmi Ardred.
Yeah, we'll sell what we have, because we'll probably have things to spend on. Very interesting. You know of the kingdom's 5 great knights. They're revered figures of Hallownest, often mentioned in the annals of the kingdom, but only as a group. Both their names and appearance seem to have been expunged from history. So long has passed since their time. Be a grand achievement to discover their identities.
Velmi Ardred.
I love that, actually. This is me getting to geek out about Hollow Knight for a sec.
Go for it.
The Five Knights, that's not just a throwaway line. You can see their outlines in the background of a Dreamnail boss fight, and that lets you pinpoint who they are. Our friend the Dung Defender, who we will see later, he's one of them. The person for whom we're going to do the flower delivery quest is one of them. There's an area called the Hive, which is like a beehive. The queen of the beehive is formerly one of those knights. The person who normally gives you the item that lets you swim in acid is one of them. And then the fifth one is actually Sly, our wonderful old shopkeep. Like, if you really go digging, you can find out that little fun trivia bit. And, like, I think a lot of the comparisons people make between Hollow Knight and Dark Souls are kind of shallow and superficial and not... I like both of those series, but I don't think they're very similar, actually. This is an example of, like, yes, that's a very Dark Souls-y way of doing your world building, with, like, a throwaway line of dialogue and little bits and bobs you can gather from, like, item descriptions and boss names and things like that.
Velmi Ardred. War's son? Gian.
I'm glad that you brought up something cool and good, because the thing I was thinking of with famous knights whose identities were lost to history was the Netflix anime Seven Deadly Sins, which is not good and you shouldn't watch it, but is nonetheless popular enough to have gotten like a spin-off series. It really is the TNA impact of anime.
Which is a dire indictment if ever I've heard one.
Consistently disappointing and yet somehow still never goes away.
I can't believe... Not to make this too much about wrestling, I promise, dear viewer, we are trying to keep a lid on it. I can't believe they brought up Perez Hilton as a manager. Like, talk about people who have not been relevant since the year 2003.
So it gets even worse, because like my impression of Perez Hilton was a manager came from Cage Match,
right?
You know, which was not incorrect. He was one of the like 3 people who accompanied the Elegance brand to the ring for their match. He was also apparently in a promo segment.
But yeah, if you got him, then use him, I guess.
Yeah.
Although he was never known or famous or liked for his, like, talking skills. Like, his whole shtick was being an investigative reporter who mostly just outed, like, gay celebrities who weren't actually out of the closet yet. Simple key, hell yeah.
Yeah, he's just like a rumor monger, essentially. He does celebrity gossip.
He does. Unfortunately, he was right about a couple of them, and it did, like, mess with a lot of people. Like, Matt Bomer has a great bit about, like... Perez Hilton told the world I was gay, like, 7 years before I did, and, not gonna lie, it messed with me a lot. I don't like that man.
Yeah. Who would? What a piece of garbage.
These doors are all closed up, so we're gonna have to go the other way around.
Speaking of Matt Bomer, if you do want, like, just a very fun, kind of cozy little sitcom, check out Mid-Century Modern. Hashtag not sponsored, I guess.
And if you want,
It's-
like, 3 really good seasons of a 7-season show, check out White Collar, also not sponsored.
It's Matt Bomer, Nathan Lane, and Nathan Lee Graham as 3 gay men who move in together.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to fly over to the other side, thank you. There we go.
I do appreciate that Matt Bomer does, like, he is a very handsome man, but he is also capable of kind of going into, like, serial killer mode if he needs to for a role.
I think that's the last version we saw him in, yeah, because I think the last time, at least I saw him, was in The Nice Guys, where he was, a hitman.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm not saying it's impossible to get up there. Theoretically, if we're very patient and we get a little lucky with the pogoing, like, we can reset and come back and try and kill that guy. But I'm gonna put that in the if we absolutely positively run out of everything else pile.
He is also apparently a negative man in the Doom Patrol live-action show. It's a show that I keep meaning to watch because I've heard it's very good. It is, I know I talk about this a lot, but it is kind of impressive how, like, I always sort of struggle to think of, like, good Marvel TV shows. Like, there's only a couple, right? There's, like, the X-Men and X-Men Evolution.
I'm gonna be so honest with you. I am today years old that I find out those shows exist.
Really? You've never heard, like, it was from, like, the 90s, I think, the X-Men animated TV series.
Okay, yes, I have heard of those. I thought you were talking about, like, modern day shows.
No, I'm talking, like, all time.
Oh, yeah, like...
Although there is a modern day X-Men animated series that I'm told is also very good.
That's okay. Our bug friend ended up in the position I want. And okay, not quite, but I think we can make that jump anyway. There we go.
But, like, that's it as far as, like, good Marvel TV shows until, like, Daredevil.
Daredevil was pretty alright by the time it hit season 2. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had, like, 2 good seasons over the course of its lifetime. Brought me a nail to behold, leave it on the ground.
Honestly, I'd say season 1 of Daredevil was the best season. Like, I'll admit I didn't watch all of the Defenders suite. Like, I watched seasons 1 and 2 of Daredevil. I watched season 1 of Jessica Jones. I watched, like, half of the first seasons of Punisher and Luke Cage. I didn't touch
Iron Fist?
Iron Fist or the Defenders, like, at all.
Agent Carter was okay.
Yeah, it had some missed opportunities, but it was pretty good.
Good musical choices. It had Carol Emerald on it, if memory serves. Okay, I need to think for a sec. Because we've gotten a simple key, and we can use that for a couple different things. We can use that to open a door in Dartmouth to a merchant who buys rancid eggs. I say buys, they trade it for checks. So that is a big deal, but we only have 2 eggs at the moment, so that's probably not going to get us anything right now. Alternatively, we can use it to open up the Royal Waterways, which is a big new area that has checks that we should be able to get to. So I think I'm going to go do that.
But then, like, DC TV shows, you got, obviously, like, you know, you got your Batman the animated series.
You got Batman
You got
Beyond.
Justice League Unlimited, Young Justice, the New Adventures of Superman and Lois, I think it's called, or the New Adventures of Superman that came out like 2 or so years ago is supposed to be really good.
Yeah, the one with the tomboy Lois Lane that everybody likes.
Yeah, the Harley Quinn show is supposed to be really good. I haven't watched it yet, but
I
keep
have.
meaning
It's
to.
it's great. Harley Quinn's a fantastic show. The first season is not as good as the rest of the show because it's very like, we got greenlit by being edgy, so we have to show the world that we're being edgy. Whereas the rest of the show has a much more mature approach to its edginess.
And like the Arrowverse has some good seasons of television in there. Like, Arrow had like 2 good seasons, and The Flash was, I think, I would say had like 3 or 4. I genuinely did like a lot of The Flash. I'm a big sucker for Legends of Tomorrow. Like, I think I stopped watching sometime in the last season when they turned my favorite character into a jerk. There we go.
Wanderer's Journal, okay. Money on Layaway.
I did very much like what I saw of Supergirl, even though I didn't watch most of it. I watched like 2 seasons, I think. I don't know anything about Batwoman.
I've heard not amazing things about the actress as a person. Stop making gross noises.
I think you're playing the wrong game, if that's a problem for you.
Mostly I'm just in the wrong zone.
Ah, there's more than one.
Yep. We'll check out their name as soon as I've killed these ones. Alright. Husks. Flukemon.
Lukewarm. Flukemon.
Yeah, this season of Digimon didn't really catch on. I wonder why. Yeah. I'm trying to be a little bit careful in my exploration because, unfortunately, I don't have the downward smash magic spell yet, which means I cannot get to the only save point in the entire Royal Waterways.
Ah, and you also can't swim yet.
Indeed. Which is a complicating factor. I
did watch a couple of episodes of Titans.
Mm-hmm.
That show is dookie butt.
The original Teen Titans is a banger, but yes,
Oh, yeah.
Titans is, yeah. And I hear Teen Titans Go is fine.
It's goofy.
Yeah, like I don't hate it. Ow.
I remember enjoying like the sort of like 2003-ish Superman cartoon as well. That sort of like was the predecessor to Justice League. Because it had the same art style where there were 3 body types. All of the men have the exact same like Dorito body.
Yep. Also, Static Shock, lest we forget.
TTBB. Top to bottom banger.
Thank you for translating. Because, yeah, like, gentle viewers, if you aren't aware, I am chronically not online. To the point where it's been a recurring issue.
You are less not online than you used to be, I suppose.
Yeah, like, At least nowadays I have like social media accounts, which I just straight up didn't for like about almost a decade, if memory serves.
Yeah.
There we go. We have a friend here.
Big friend.
Right?
You have a lot of food, don't you? I can smell it on you. You're greedy. I won't share with you. You'd be different if you were wearing Defender's crest. Yep. Gotta come back and talk to this guy with a charm that makes you smell like the Dung Defender. Which is to say, smell like dung.
Normally, you would get that by defeating the Dung Defender, I assume?
Correct. We do not currently have that.
Doesn't sound familiar, no.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is back up the way we came. So we're close to the end of what we can do here, but there's a little bit more.
But then, to keep going on the Marvel and DC thing, I can think of a lot more good Marvel games than I can think of good DC games.
I mean, Marvel has a lot of, not outright stinkers, but very forgettable entries.
Yeah. But just like, genuinely, the good DC games I can think of are Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City.
Gotham Knights is apparently pretty good.
Okay.
Ooh, Superman 64, that's a banger.
Are we counting like Lego DC supervillains? Because I've heard that one's supposed to be good.
I'm gonna discount those because there's also Lego Marvel. So, like, if it's a category that applies to both, then I feel like it doesn't count as either. You know what I mean?
I guess. But, like, I can think of enough good, like, Spider-Man games alone to clear the number of DC games we've mentioned.
I can think of like 3. There's like Spider-Man 2 for the PS2, and there's Marvel's Spider-Man's.
Yeah, but there's 3 of those.
3 of those? Okay.
Yeah, there's Spider-Man, there's Miles Morales, and there's Spider-Man 2.
Okay, I thought Miles Morales was just like an expansion or a DLC for the first one.
No, it's a full game.
Ugh.
Gross.
This country.
Also, I haven't played it, but a lot of people really love Midnight Suns, the like Marvel XCOM game.
I will say DC had City of Heroes. People genuinely liked City of Heroes and City of Villains back in their day.
Were those DC?
Yes. I'm willing to be wrong about that. Like, I know the, like, player characters were, like, self-made, but I'm reasonably confident those were...
Because I know DC Universe Online was a...
That was also a thing, yes.
MMO. Cryptic Studios. Scrolling through the Wikipedia page, and it does not seem to be a DC
Is it
property.
by Warner Brothers?
It's by...
Like, published by Warner Brothers.
Its publisher is NC Soft.
Okay. Igor!
And I'll admit, I played DC Universe Online for a bit, but it's not very good.
I mean, not to roast you too hard, but yeah, just because you consume it as media, it does not mean you endorse it as a good quality product. See watching Supernatural all the way up to season 15.
Yeah. Today, I'm probably not alone in saying that this guy has my favorite voice acting in the game.
Oh yeah. Ah, Fonda! Ho ho! Timole! He sort of reminds me of like the Onion Knight from Dark Souls in that sense. Very jolly.
I admit, whenever I try to think of what it sounds like, I think of this guy instead. I wonder how you'd feel. Have you ever played Cuphead?
Not yet. It's been sort of vaguely on the to-do list. I feel like I would like it, but not love it.
Sounds about right to me, yeah. Ooh, I would call the first Marvel Ultimate Alliance game good. The third one is actively bad, and the second one is fun, but not great.
How do we feel about Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects?
Oh yeah, Marvel did have a number of, like, good beat-em-ups as well.
Imperfects? I struggle to call that good, because, like, it was
that's not one of them.
Yeah.
They did have a couple.
Yeah, they had, like, the original X-Men arcade game and such, for example. Those were just, like, real bangers. Man, I am so keenly aware of, like, my lack of a right slash right now.
Yeah. Nice juggle. As far as DC, I know people like some of the Injustice fighting games. I know the comics are very good, but
Yeah, people will tell you the comics are good. I've read the first issue. It was actually torture. Like, one of my least favorite comic experiences of all time.
are we counting the Marvel vs. Capcom games?
I'd say so.
And I know we've been counting Lego games, but I do want to shout out the Lego Marvel Superheroes games.
Yes.
I haven't played Lego Avengers, but I know it looks worse.
It's impressive how the Avengers has such a bad track record in gaming.
Oh yeah, the Square Enix Avengers game or whatever.
As well as the one that came out, like, just the console one that came out around the time of its release that was just kinda there. Actually, was that even I'm trying to remember. I know they made a really, like, aggressively mid-Thor game for the original Thor. I don't even know if, like, the Avengers got one of those.
I don't think it got, like, a straight-up movie license game. Because, like, the sort of quote-unquote famous one, the Square Enix one, is, like, that one has been delisted, and they didn't get any of the likenesses.
I remember that part,
And so, like, Tony Stark is the one that looks the most like Robert Downey Jr., but that's just because Robert Downey Jr. looks like Tony Stark, you know?
He's got one of those faces. Also,
Whereas
I
Captain
enjoyed...
America just looks like Steve, like not Steve Rogers, but just some guy named Steve. You know?
I also enjoyed your phrasing there. Tony Stark is the one who looks the most like Robert Downey Jr., implying that they all look like Robert Downey Jr. to some extent.
We're coming up on an hour, by the way. It's currently 52.
Yeah. But, you know, we still have a minute in that case. Because, okay,
Yep.
we got some good money.
Ooh.
There we go. There we go. Got some good money that we can spend in some shops to get, you know, just things like mask shards and whatnot.
So close. Right, you don't have the left Mantis Claw.
Yeah, and that's fine. There's nothing up there except, like, an enemy who will drop a tiny bit of money. That's fine. Cannot get through here without a dash, but that's okay, because that's just money. That is also just money. I'm perfectly happy leaving that as is.
It looks like it's getting stinky.
Just a smidge. A rancid egg. I'll see if I can get these, but I suspect my lack of a left mantis claw is gonna prove problematic.
There's no time limit on these, right?
Thankfully not, no.
I did buy that Square Enix Avengers game.
Why?
Because it was being delisted. And I tried to just purchase as many games that get delisted as possible.
I approve of this philosophy, but also it's like... How many of those have you played?
Shut up.
No.
It was $2, you know? Like, they were like, hey, it's getting delisted. It's 98% off. And I was like, might as well. Like, I didn't go that far for Anthem, which in retrospect maybe I should have, but it's not even playable anymore.
It's Anthem. Like, yeah, that's also a big part. Like, it's online multiplayer only, and it they took out down to servers, so it would have just been a waste of money.
Yeah, like at least Avengers is it is delisted, but it is still a functional video game. Like, you can still play the single player content.
Sorry, I should clarify because we are talking about Anthem specifically. It would have been an even bigger waste of money.
I feel so bad for BioWare. Like, not only because they got a studio that is very famous for making single player games to make an online live service, but also, like, they were almost finished doing a, like, Realm Reborn version of Anthem. And then EA just canned it.
I mean, I'm not in the loop on, like, the details of that work they were doing, but A Realm Reborn is a very flattering comparison. We don't know if it would have actually been turned out that way.
That's true, but whenever possible, I try to give specifically EA as little benefit of the doubt as possible.
Honestly, that's a solid policy. All right.
Whatever decision they make is usually the incorrect one.
Yeah, like, just EA saying something is enough to make me wonder whether or not I'm being lied to.
Yeah.
All right. This will then take me back to not the abyss, the basin. What's the adjective they use for that? Umbral basin? I don't think it's umbral. But
I'm desperately trying to make a
Ancient.
Monster Hunter joke here, but I don't remember what the actual basin in Wilds is called.
Here we go. Just gonna grab this. Oh, we already unlocked this bench. Okay. Map has
It's
been
the
updated.
oil one. What has
The oil well basin.
the oil well basin? That's it.
Oil well. Okay. Let's do a little bit of shopping. We have money. Might as well spend it. It'll make some other bits and bobs a little easier. Here we go. Yeah, we can get 2 more mask shards, and that'll actually give us some more max health. There we go. I'm not going to get the seal because I think 690 is more than I would... I think they only sell for like 450, so
Sounds about right to me.
that'd be a bad deal.
What a ripoff.
More ripoff.
What a pit.
Bapanada.
Papa nada to you too. Salubra's Blessing would actually come in handy, so okay, we'll get that. And then, alright, we'll get some of the basic pins. Alright. So, nothing earth-shattering that'll unlock new areas, but, you know, it'll come in handy.
And more max health.
Alright.
We're at the top of the hour now,
Yes.
so maybe we should take
Yeah.
a break.
Yeah, just a quick couple minutes. You and the audience feel free to do the same. In fact, we encourage it, and so do 9 out of 10 doctors. The 10th one never got back to us. You know, stretch, cycle your fluids. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Back in just a sec. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a good stretch and a good cycling of your fluids. If not, maybe consider seeing a doctor about that.
Boy, I love water.
And I love
That sounded
Club Mata
sarcastic.
Soda. Not sponsored, but hey, Club Mata, if you want to sponsor one of these streams sometime, I'm not opposed.
That sounded sarcastic, by the way. I genuinely do love water. It's like 80% of what I drink.
I think you'll find it's more than 80% of what you are, but I digress. I was definitely going to say something, and then we started talking about water.
Oh no.
Right. I want to check out, because we got some charms. I want to check out what kind of stuff Salubra still has for sale. I know we don't have any money right now, but it's a good thing to keep an eye on. Like, do I need to keep her in mind for future checks? And also, since we got, I believe, at least 1 grub, we can quickly check in on the grub father.
The Grub Father would be a great Hollow Knight themed diner.
Oh, I actually got a check. Woo, Vengeful Spirit! That's our normal, like, ranged spell.
Another way you can attack to the right.
It is, and also this opens up, like, 1 or 2 checks. Well, okay, I say 1 or 2, like, one of these is, like, normally speaking, the way the game is set up, Vengeful Spirit is how you are able to get into Green Path, because there's this Bellin, and you need the spell in order to get past it. We've already been to Green Path, so that one not really an issue for us, but there are a couple other places that are set up.
We did see another one of those, right?
We did, and we'll get to that in a sec, but also there is the mound where a tiny handful of stuff was locked away. I don't know if it was actually a check or just like a tiny bit of money or just like a way through, but we're gonna go in here and have a look. Also, wait, there's a check here? Oh, because I completed the circuit? What's up with this? Oh, it's just lifeblood masks. Right. Normally in the game, those would be repeating because the things that drop them will eventually respawn, so those checks are repeating. Yeah.
The snobbing, if you will.
Yeah, we couldn't get through here before because last time I was here I didn't have the /. And normally you would get through there by vengeful spiriting this guy here.
We can still hit him to get a bunch of money.
We will, don't worry. And there's one thing I want to check in while we are here, because there is a very carefully hidden dream tree in this area that I might not be able to get to because I don't have a double jump, but if I'm paying attention, then I might be able to get away with it with just the wall jump. Also, just tiny game dev note, this right here is a unique asset. This is the only one of these mana totems to have the little, like, string of masks wrapped around it like that.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. They didn't have to do that, but I'm glad they did.
Speaking of masks, I finished the...
Well, we're close enough to see what it is, which is a Hell in a Seal. I can't get in, but a Hell in a Seal is not the worst thing to miss out on, so that's fine.
Those are the money on layaway ones, right?
Correct.
Yeah. But I finished the, maybe you saw this on Blue Sky, the Tomb Raider animated series, Season 2. And I had a good time with it. But given all of its elements, I think there's no way I wasn't going to have a good time with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is an archaeology-based urban fantasy show about masks that give you superpowers. Like...
It's very hero-coded, yes.
Yeah. I wish we could get more, but it seems that 2 seasons is what we're getting. And I guess we're getting the live-action Tomb Raider series soon.
Yep.
They just revealed Sophie Turner as Lara Croft. She looks great.
Yeah, she does. I saw that, like, GameStop had posted about that, like, this is not Lara Croft, and Savage Dunk, that I greatly enjoy, failing business that closed 400 locations last year, thinks incel posting is going to turn this whole thing around. Get dunked on, GameSpot.
Now, was it GameSpot or GameStop?
Oh, sorry, GameStop, to be clear, yeah. Like, I don't know
Though
if
I do
GameSpot
think
has
GameSpot is owned by GameStop, which is just great.
Yeah. I'm currently on my way to the other place where we saw those, like, hunker down armadillo dudes.
Oh yeah, it was GameStop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh god.
give maybe a hot take.
Mm-hmm.
Just visually, I think she makes a better Lara Croft than
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
I don't have the compass thing equipped. I was gonna mark this place because on the list of, like, if we get truly desperate, there are 2 checks in here, at least.
Yeah.
And I really don't want to have to do it in darkness, but
I think the funniest thing would be is if the lantern was in there.
It's not impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at least I can see, like, a tiny bit, you know, I can see myself in relation to everything. If you've ever seen a Link to the Past item randomizer, You'll note that the lamp is also a randomizable item in there. Because it is possible to not have the lamp. Normally, like, the game doesn't give it to you, it just puts you right in front of the corpse where you would get it from, and it's the big thing, and it really tries to make sure you don't leave until you pick it up.
Yeah.
But you can. And if you're in a dark room in Link to the Past without the lantern, it's just a black screen. You cannot see anything.
Does the lantern have utility beyond that in Link to the Past?
Because yes, it
can...
lights torches.
Okay, because in Minish Cap you can also use it to, like, I think they're called Gibdos, the mummies.
Mm-hmm.
If you hit a Gibdo with your lantern, it, like, lights it on fire, burns off the bandages, and it becomes a skeleton.
Yeah, in Link to the Past, like, the lantern can light things on fire and, like, light torches and whatnot. But that particular utility is also covered by other things, like, because there's a fire rod. So you don't need it for that.
Minish Cap does not have the fire rod.
Alright, so we've got a little bit of money, got that done. I said we were going to check out Salubra. I should remember to do that before I forget. Alright, so she still has vessel fragments, pale ore, money on layaway, a grub, which is probably
just money nowadays.
Yeah, because we get more than 100 at this point per grub. So I might as well pick that up. And I can't remember if, like, the check for getting every single grub is among the ones listed at the grub father's place. But okay, the rest of these... Some of these are good deals, but it's fine, not a big deal. Alright. Let's hit up the stag for a sec at this point. I need to remind myself which stag stops we have and haven't gone to. Oh, and also, before I forget, you know what we haven't checked in on in a while?
Do tell.
The bingo board. Da-da-da-da. And we do have a couple things on the board at this point. We've gotten 15 grubs, we visited the Royal Waterways, killed the gorgeous husk, got an extra mask, and sat on the bench next to Coral in City of Tears. So, you know, starting to put some things up there. Let's see. Oh, right, there's the Eternal Ordeal one. We'll get to that. Write the stag to Queen Station. I believe we could just do that.
I thought I saw Queen Station on the list.
Ta-da! I think we normally just bench warp here. This is why it hasn't come up yet. Yeah. Okay. 5 Wonderburst journals. Probably heading in that direction. Lost Kin, that's a Dreamnail boss. Rest of these are also fine. Okay, yeah. Most of these are not that bad. Except for the Eternal Ordeal.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, the Eternal Ordeal is a very hard fight in an incredibly secret area in the endest of endgame content. So... Stag Nest, we've been. Hidden Station, we've been. Distant Village is Deep Nest. Oh, I don't like that. That's on the table, but it might have to be. King Station, Jarvis. Yeah, okay, we're doing it. Distant Village.
Here we go. How very Wyverian.
Here we go. Now, I do quickly want to check in on the other little place right here. I don't think there's anything here, because... Yeah, we don't have the right charm for this. Not friends.
We could be if you want us to be.
We are. I think they're talking about some other people. Purely, a gut feeling that I'm definitely not basing on extensive experience. Am I gonna... Yeah, okay, let's... My kingdom for a left-sided mantis claw. But yeah, okay. Distant village. Because, yeah, there is some stuff to do here, and thankfully we can warp out. This is a rare case... Well, not a rare case, but, like, this is an example of, like, this mod giving me a little bit more flexibility than the base game. Because we're about to do something that normally would kind of, like, lock you into, you now need to finish this section. Greetings. You're very tired. Sit and rest. We're friends. Welcome. Sit and rest. Please, sit and rest.
I see nothing going wrong here.
It is warm and safe. Sit and rest.
The greater good.
Welcome. You need rest. Sit and rest. Uh-oh. I appear to be stuck. Can I get a little help here? Fellas? Yes, why are you looking at me like that? Well, I bet you're wondering how I got here.
Like, the Bug Knight has no expressions because they're wearing a mask, but there was a very much like, I have regrets expression.
Yeah, big, this is my Sunday energy. A simple key. Okay, that means we can now get to the person who will buy our rancid eggs.
Ooh, yucky.
Yep. Bug zombies. Bombies,
They've been
if you will.
infected with that mushroom. Fungus is the word I was trying to think of. That makes like ant zombies.
Mm-hmm. The one that I think inspired Paris and Parasect.
And probably The Last of Us.
And then I think this is all we can get here. But, I mean, a key is not bad. That's, like... We can work with that. Yeah, these walls are sort of rounded, so I basically can't get a wall jump off of that. But, okay. Let's go back to Dirtmouth. Also thinking about it, now that I have a Mantis Claw, there's a check in the crossroads I might be able to get. Yeah, another wielding a weapon. Suppose you'll be leaving me a corpse in your wake. If you want spare thought for the dead, at least consider all the extra work you force upon those in my profession. Alright, Dampe. Like... Excuse me for keeping you employed.
There is a show that I didn't watch a lot of, mostly just because I was very busy at the time, but I did really like, called Dead Like Me.
Really?
Which is about a young woman who dies and becomes a Reaper.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out that being a Reaper is just another shitty job.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I shouldn't have sworn. Sorry. It's just another boring, terrible job. And I really love that concept. And also, it had Mandy Patinkin in the main cast.
Nice. We do love Mandy Patinkin around here. I'm just reading the things we can get from her in exchange for eggs. Okay. 2 eggs for 250 essence, 12 for a deepness map. Gonna want that. Oof. 14 for a charm notch.
What, darling?
And then, yeah, we sort of get... Don't worry about this, lad. Like, Gigi's normal job in the game is if you can't get your ghosty back because it's a really hard area and you die before you get to it, you can pay her a rancid egg and she'll get your ghosty back for you. This lad here, who is surprisingly mute at the moment, normally only exists in the Steel Soul version of the game, the, like, permadeath run mode. Because obviously Gigi's services are not necessary in a permadeath run.
Yeah.
And so this dude is there to just, like, trade eggs for Geo. But okay. I think Gigi took, yeah, all that we had. That's fine. We have some money. We can spend that. And there isn't a great thing to spend it on if memory serves. I guess there's something. Yeah, there is.
I know what's-her-face who wants you to have charms had, like, either mask or... She had shards.
Yeah, she had shards of the she had vessel fragments, which are pretty alright. That will come in handy. Yeah, you're not wrong. Alright, we're gonna do a little bit of, like, wheeling and dealing. Although, actually, there is also in City of
Jet
Tears.
flying, limousine riding.
There is something else I can still do in the city, now that I think about it. I will sell some stuff along the way. What's up?
Oh, I just realized something that we forgot to do for the stream setup.
What's that?
Change the opacity of the Gamepodular logo in the top left corner of the screen.
Huh. I thought we had gotten that right originally, but...
I'm looking at it now, and it is too thick, for lack of a better word. You know what I mean?
Too opaque.
Yes, thank you.
There's worse things. We'll fix that next time.
Unless there is very much something I missed, it is frustrating that in OBS you can't just like, hey, here's like a JSON file of my entire setup that you can just copy, and everything will be set up. I don't think that's possible. I think also partially because it is not very common for people to share a Twitch account. And so it's not a functionality that a lot of people really need.
I suppose, but still. Whoop, here we go. Alright. Did a little bit of... Ow. Oh, right.
Like, I have made no secret of the fact that, like, a lot of my vision for Gamepodular is inspired by Loading Ready Run. And the way that they talk about being streamers compared to, like, and the way other people talk about them comparing to other streamers is, like, they're doing it in a way that most other people aren't. You know?
And I would argue for the better.
There was the story of, like, Graham, he went to, like, TwitchCon or something, some sort of industry event, and as soon as he tried to explain what they did, most other streamers, their eyes just, like, glazed over. Like, you have a variety channel that is hosted by, like, 12 different people? What are you doing? Like... Whereas most, like, a lot of other famous streamers are like, what do you do? I play Fortnite. And that's it.
Go fill up on those goodies.
I wonder if Ninja is still, like, the biggest streamer in the world.
I wonder if he's learned how to slice bread.
Or avocados. Did you hear about the avocados one?
Nope. Do I look
it was
like
so
I keep
funny.
up with the hot ninja goss?
Oh, this is from like 2 years ago at this point, but it was like he was, which I guess makes it less likely that you would have seen it because you weren't really on social media then. But he did like, I think from the same thing that his bread slicing thing came from. He was like, oh, I always hate cutting avocados because the pit is so hard. And then it cuts to him like having a sliced avocado where he cut through the pit instead of around it like you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, buddy, I imagine it would be hard to do it if you're doing it that incorrectly.
Which
There is, I think, a certain level of being famous that just disconnects you from reality.
Or at least disconnects you from mundanity.
Yeah. Like, I'm not dunking on people who don't know how to cut avocados. I had to sort of figure it out for myself by looking it up. But the fact that he was like, that he didn't look it up and instead was like, no, I can't possibly think of a better way to do this. Or, this seems really hard. I wonder if I'm doing it wrong, just like seemingly never occurred to him. Is odd.
Yes. Alright, rancid egg.
Egg. It's like, I've talked about this before, and I think the Portal playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
There is a correlation of some people who have Nobel Prizes kind of going off the deep end a little bit because they're so high on their own supply of like, I have a Nobel Prize, which means I am very smart, which means I know everything about everything. And so you get like one of the guys who like discovered DNA and got a Nobel Prize for it, just going absolutely barmy in, I think, like environmental science or something.
I don't know if that's specifically a Nobel thing so much as just like a fame thing. Like, you get famous for anything, you're gonna get a little loopy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, recent example at time of recording, Scott Adams. Scott Adams was a very strange man for the vast majority of his life. Because the vast majority of his life was after he made Dilbert.
Yeah. Yeah, he just got, like, really weirdly into right-wing politics, and...
Yes, but also just, he got into, like, hypnosis, like, and, like, tried to hypnotize his fan base using his social media, and incite things in them that I cannot talk about on an all-ages stream.
Yeah.
And then tell them to, like, email him when they finished.
Great.
Like I said, very strange man.
Yeah.
There we go. Ah, dang it! I should have. Yeah, okay. We can do that. We can work around that.
There's a bench nearby, right?
I thought there was, but no, there's not. But well, we can warp and reset that. We're gonna have to, but yeah. Here we go. Because yeah, if we can get up there, that will give us access to not the Soul Sanctum, I believe. Maybe. Oh, I'm just gonna warp that again because this gets a lot easier if I could just nail that first jump. There we go.
Watch I was so happy.
Mm-hmm.
No, please go ahead.
Watch as like I start fucking up this jump now for 20 minutes in a row.
Oops.
Oh, I just swore. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I did it earlier.
Yeah. Where's our like swear jar? What is our swear jar?
But I was so happy. I'm sure you, Seskra, noticed this, of course, that Luigi's Mansion has save states on NSO. Because for those of you who haven't watched it, the final boss of Luigi's Mansion sucks. It's not fun. And I did it on stream yesterday on twitch.tv/Gamepodular. The VOD is now available on the YouTube channel at Gamepodular Steam's Highlights. And I would have gotten so much more mad if I had to start the whole thing over from the beginning every time.
Mm-hmm. As was the style at the time.
Yeah.
Get that. There we go.
Yes. Nice additional function. Think of like other games I own and enjoy that you could like theoretically do a randomizer on. And I think it has to be like a very specific type of game to like have the mod, to like have it be possible without just breaking yourself all the time.
I mean, that depends on the thoughtfulness of people designing the randomizer mod.
I suppose.
And you can do randomizers in all sorts of things. Like, I saw somebody do an MS Paint randomizer. Grimkin Flame, okay.
Not the most exciting yet.
Those are going to be so helpful once we have them, or can use them, I should say. Okay. If you're wondering how that randomizer works, by the way, you're given a picture that you have to draw as closely as possible in MS Paint. But the colors and controls are randomized, and as you make progress towards getting closer to the picture you're given to copy, you unlock checks. So there's like one for 10% accuracy, 20% accuracy, etc.
That's wild.
Yeah. People who make randomizers are insane, and I love them.
Yeah. Like, Metroidvanias are a great pick for randomizer mods. I think Souls-likes would work well as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's theoretically the pogo person here, but before we commit ourselves to that, I'm going to see what other options we have. Because we dipped a toe into deepness real quick with the distant village. Theoretically, we can try to get other stuff there. It's going to be tricky because we don't have the lantern, but it is possible.
It is sort of the elephant that's been in the room for a while.
Yeah, and I haven't been putting it off just because, like, oh, it's suboptimal and it's not going to be inconvenient and kind of messy. It is going to be all of those things. But more pertinently, it's also just, like, we're coming at it from frankly, the wrong direction. But okay. And, yeah, you see that pit of spikes below me?
Yeah, the one with the weird moving thing.
Notice how we can't see where the pit ends?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna have to do leaps of faith here. Yeah, this is an example of what I'm hoping to spare the good people. Oh, please, please, don't be shy. There are some nasties about here, all right? Not me. I'm a friend to all. I'm happy to serve a traveler so bold as you. Is it information you seek? That I can provide you. So yes, that village above here, home to a sad creature. Hers is a tale of tragic exchange. Cost her and her people greatly. Do I suspect she bore no regret in making it? Yes, I know. You're intrigued. You want to know the tale. I'm very sorry. I'd love to tell it, but I'm very, very sorry, and I haven't eaten in some time, and I'm starving.
Gross.
Shush. Then I don't think I can get up here without a double jump? Question mark? Question mark?
Careful, you're coming up on the spikes again.
Alright. I know there's a way to get up from this room normally, but I don't think I have the tools for that yet. But okay, there is... Like, we went all the way to the bottom when we sort of arrived. We can get off halfway through, and that will let us get some other places. I am admittedly a little doubtful as to how many actual checks we'll get out of this, but at least this way people sort of see, like, why I'm so reticent to get started on this without the lantern.
Ooh, God. I think Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown could make a decent randomizer game. Like, the movement mechanics in that game are skill-based enough that you can get to a lot of places before you're supposed to, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can pogo off of that, but there's a low ceiling. Ow. I'm going to reset here so I can get some health back. There's a low ceiling there, so pogoing is discouraged, but there's a hole I can drop down, which probably just leads to more spikes, but, you know, better to know. Also...
Huh.
What up?
Today I learned.
Yes.
I was scrolling through WWE superstar Sheamus's IMDb page. Like you do.
Like you do.
He was on an episode of NCIS Los Angeles in 2023.
Uh-huh.
In other news, NCIS Los Angeles still existed in 2023. That show started in 2009. Starring Chris O'Donnell and LL Cool J. Glad to see Chris O'Donnell manage to find work after Batman and Robin happened to him.
Yeah, he deserved better than what those movies gave him.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, he's in the 911 franchise now.
If you're expecting me to know what that is, I have bad news.
I'm sorry, Leanne Rimes is on this show? Like the country singer?
country singers diversify into acting sometimes.
But yeah, the 911 franchise, it's just about emergency services workers in various locations. Like the one Chris O'Donnell is in is 911 Nashville.
35 essence, that's probably just from an actual tree now that I think about it. That's not really worth my time at the moment, but while we are out here. I do apologize if this is hard to see on stream at the moment. Oh dear.
The only reason I would care about the 911 series is
Oh god, it sets me back all the way here. Yeah, go ahead.
he is the it was created by Ryan Murphy, who makes odd shows and has a very mixed track record. So I'm very curious what these shows are actually like. Ryan Murphy, for those of you who are not aware, as I imagine you are not, Seskra, creators of such shows as Glee, American Horror Story, Pose, Dr. Odyssey, Nip Tuck.
You made that one up.
It's a medical drama about plastic surgeons. I used to see commercials for it all the time. Back when it was airing in 2009 to 13.
You're not seeing commercials, Yoka. Those are just dreams. Or perhaps nightmares would be the more accurate term. A grub. Don't super need those at this point, but... Oh, that's a very large lad I'm sitting right next to.
Ominous.
Let's take the long way around.
Ooh. Oh, I didn't even see those spikes there. Damn.
And it resets me back to the start of the screen every single time. Oof.
Gross.
Let's at least ponder what options we have otherwise. I don't think there's much to be done in King's Pass. Is there anything in the Forgotten Crossroads? Because I feel like I mentioned earlier on this stream that oh, there is a thing I could do. We've done the mound now, so got that done. Right, yes, there is a place I want to check in on. Okay. Probably fastest to hit up the stack station and then work up from there and then go left.
Minor correction, by the way. Nip Tuck was 2003 to 2010, not
How
9 to 13.
dare you? You're miseducating our audience. Disseminating fake news.
I mean, I do occasionally enjoy spreading misinformation for the sake of comedy. But like, I try to be as accurate as possible when I'm talking about things, as I think most people do.
Here we go. I think this is, broadly speaking, the right room. Or, it's right room adjacent, I think.
Because, like, completely seriously, this goes into something we talked about on the latest End Focus as well. There was a story we covered about Nintendo
Yes.
being criticized for maybe using generative AI in, like, advertisement photo, which was not true. Like, definitively. And it stemmed from, like, a website looking at, like, a Reset Era forum thread that said, hey, this kind of looks like it could be AI, because this thumb is weird. And that's all the proof that there was, and calling it proof is extremely generous.
Here we go.
Nice. Woo!
Oh my god, that opens up a lot. That opens up a lot. The power of buoyancy is mine. Okay. I'm glad I came back for that. Yes.
That's big.
It is. Like, King Station is no longer like this funhouse death trap. Here, watch this. I am majestic. I am
Suck
the
it,
one
I'll
who
tell you.
swims in the night. But no, that is very big because it means we can now go here and get started on a lot of fun stuff in this direction.
Sneaky.
Rancid egg. Sure, I'll take it. Alright.
Rancid eggs are sort of in the middle point between, like, they haven't become delicious century eggs yet. They're just sort of gross.
Yep. Here we go.
That being said, I've never had a century egg before.
I have, once at a buffet in Las Vegas. It was honestly pretty good. I was, like, ready for it to be awful, because century egg. But no, it was pretty good. It was better than the lobster I had there. Isn't this a cozy hole? Another Grimkin flame, why not?
I mean, we've had this discussion before. Like, lobster is, like, okay. You know?
I want to try, like, lobster rolls sometime. Those seem like they would be pretty good. But... or maybe we just live in a part of the world that doesn't have a good lobster tradition.
Oh, like, that definitely contributes. Like, we have good shrimp here. Like, the little, like, North Sea, like, mini shrimps are delicious.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I've had lobster in, like, Canada. Oh, this is acid. Bummer. And I've had lobster in, like, Southeast Asia. And I will admit, the one time I had lobster that was literally freshly caught that day and, like, grilled and stuff, that was pretty good.
Overshot it. Oh, yeah. That's fine. Let's just keep
Like, the way lobster is eaten most commonly in like, the American style with just, like,
butter and lemon.
copious amounts of melted butter and lemon juice is, like, it's also just not doing the lobster many favors.
I mean, I can see both. I enjoy lobster and I enjoy butter and melon. Like,
Lemon.
did it? I thought it said. I assume I said melon.
You did, yes.
I am some sort of melon myself in that case. An absolute melon. Possibly some sort of unreconstructed block of cheese.
Like, those are good ingredients, but just, like, depending on how much of them you use, which a lot of people just use way too much, like, lobster is a fairly subtle flavor, especially if you're just boiling it, which is how most of those lobsters are prepared.
Yes.
You're just, like, overpowering the flavor of the lobster with butter and lemon. And at that point, you don't even need the lobster anymore. It's an expensive ingredient.
Yeah, at that point, you're kind of treating lobster the way people treat, like, chicken nuggies. Like, it's a delivery vehicle for sauce.
Yeah. Like, I love a good, like, lobster mac and cheese.
I've never had the privilege.
I've had it exactly once, but it was delicious. Because, like, you don't want, like, a super sharp cheese for that kind of mac and cheese. But the like, lobster and the cheese, they complement each other so well.
Mm-hmm. Did I ever tell you that I had a mac and cheese burger?
Yes.
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm. That was at a Senor Frog's. And in all fairness, that was a genuinely good burger. Better than I frankly expected it to be.
There's a lot of jokes you can make about Americans and their attitude towards food. Some of it warranted, some of it just a stereotype. But if there's one thing Americans know how to do, it's make a damn good burger.
I mean, I've said it before on, like, Blue Sky and elsewhere, and I'll say it again. A lot of American food is genuinely good. Unironically, unreservedly, it's good. But it's clearly sometimes food, and they have a very funny definition of the word sometimes.
Yeah. Ooh, big hopper. Here comes the big hopper burner. This is screen shake that would make Flambeer proud.
There we go. Map updated. Hello.
Ah.
How did you find me? Down here where the world ends. Yes, I know why you're here. You came to learn nail art from the legendary nail master Oro. It's the law of the great nail sage that I must pass down my teachings to those who are worthy. But no law forbids me from exacting a payment for my time. If you truly wish to train under me, prove it with Geo. Pay lore? Okay, yeah. Like, I'm not gonna use that to upgrade my nail, because we're still in we need as many pogos as possible territory. But having it is fine.
I imagine, like, when do we get out of that territory? Once we have the double jump and the other mantis claw?
Double jump or other mantis claw, or even just like other mantis claw and the dash. Possibly even just having the other claw full stop. Pardon me.
We are coming up on the top of the hour. We got about 4 minutes left.
Yeah. Little fun side note here. Stronger brothers. You might notice his outfit looks similar to that of Oro and Mato. I and many others choose to read this as there was a fourth brother once who sure was.
Wasn't strong enough.
All right. So, okay, we've made it over here, and yeah, we are close to the top of the hour, and I don't want to go very long past that. I'm just trying to think what would be... I think I know where I want us to start next time, because now that we can interact with water, a couple checks did open up in, would you believe, the Royal Waterways. That are very much worth getting to. So yeah, we'll park ourselves here. Check in on our bingo board. Nothing coming up yet, but, you know, we're...
Before you got the pale ore, you had enough money to put 1,500 geo in the bank.
Oh. I pressed B on my controller instead of B on the keyboard. How silly of me. I'll quickly pop by to Salubra's place and, like, grab some stuff there, and then we'll call it.
It really does go so quickly.
It does. Alright. Back to the city, so I won't forget what we're doing next time. Alright.
Speaking of next time.
Yes, next time is going to be same Gamepodular channel, but not quite same Gamepodular time. It will be next week, Sunday. That is the... Am I correct to think that's the 25th?
That is correct.
Yeah, but instead of being 10 a.m. GMT, it will instead be 1 p.m. GMT. We'll be starting a little bit later in the day to better accommodate our American viewers.
Yeah. I know I clown on Americans a lot, but you are a significant part of our audience. If the podcast analytics are anything to indicate, or any indication.
Mm-hmm. So let me just park myself here next to my buddy. Hell yeah. So yeah, from me, your increasingly frequent host. Someday soon, I shall be the forever host. Your increasingly frequent host and your increasingly frequent co-host, Hyoka. I have been Seskra. Please do check us out on the aforementioned patreon.com/gamepodular. Check us out on ko-fi.com/gamepodular. Check out our podcast on youtube.com/@gamepodular. And check out our VODs and highlights on youtube.com/@gamepodular streams highlights. Got it on the first try. I'm a veritable Excalibur.
Yeah. Also, check out our podcasts on our website, gamepodular.com, or your podcast service of choice.
Yes, and check out the Gamepodular Discord server, which is linked from our website as well, if you feel so inclined. Follow us on social media if you like. I am right down here. If you want, like, a song a day and bad takes on video games. And we hope to see you all next time. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye-bye.